Maybe we just start pouring drinks and it doesn't need an intro. And maybe it's words that are the intro. Maybe it says...
Maybe this is the intro.
2 people. 10 weeks. No alcohol. Let's do it. Let's do it and see how we feel.
Yeah, before we do it, we got like set the context and like let people know what was really going on.
Okay. It all started on a dark and stormy night.
What had happened was Kelly had a bright idea 10 weeks ago that we should not drink alcohol.
But it was part of a greater plan.
So tell me, talk to me. Why is it that you decide 10 weeks ago that we should do 10, I don't know, go without alcohol?
Until this goal.
Yeah.
I think it was just kind of alcohol was very cheap in Vietnam.
Oh gosh, yes.
We drank a lot of rum, and I was feeling like, ugh, I just wanted to kind of stop. And not just alcohol, but it was a whole positivity plan. So it was the 5 senses of experiencing the world and how I can take control over the way that I experience the world and control my attitude about life, and maybe these external things would help me. So the food I was eating, or the things I was putting into my body, which with the food I was eating, so I tried to, and I was pretty good with eating only fresh things and things that if they were in a package that they only had ingredients that I could pronounce.
Yeah, we cut all packages out.
So I haven't eaten pasta. That's actually probably another feat, is that I haven't had pasta in 10 weeks. And that was something that I was eating.
At least twice a week we would have pasta in a salad.
Like whole wheat pasta, like not a big bowl of spaghetti, but still it was part of our diet. I bought oils to do aromatherapy, so that would be another sense.
Sense of smell?
Sense of smell.
Sound.
A positivity playlist, which maybe will link here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do this vlog thing that you do. I started doing a lot of yoga as a morning routine, and that was kind of the touch thing, like the body, the kinesthetic side of things. And I mean, there's a lot of things I can be proud of, I think. I did 10 weeks of making the bed every single day.
This all stemmed from, there was a video I saw however long ago, and in the video, this, I think it was a colonel or a general in the military, he said basically part of their routine was every single day would start with making the bed. And once you check that one thing off your list, it feels like you accomplished one thing, and now you got momentum that you could build and transfer into the rest of your day. So
and it became like mindless. Like
ritual,
it was just like get up, pull the covers out, straighten the pillows, and then go on my mat and do, and I'm talking like just 5 minutes of yoga. This wasn't a 35-minute practice. I'm not a morning person. So for me to even get up a few minutes earlier, like before this, so prior to me doing this whole positivity plan and revamping, I would get up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, on average it was 7.
And what that meant is I needed to be out of the house by about 7:40. I then was rushing, and how many times I was sitting there, and luckily I have an amazing husband who makes my lunch, but I would be sitting there.
You can say that part again.
Luckily I have an amazing husband who makes my lunch. And I would be like standing there kind of staring at him, and I'm sure he could feel my like anxiousness to leave, and this like, okay, I gotta go. And it's just because I didn't give myself that time. So I think all of this stuff was building up, and so I was like, all right, well, morning routine, bed making, give myself more time in the morning. So I ended up getting up at 6:30 every day. And
so question, you want to tell the people anything about alarms? Because like, I don't know, maybe you might have an alarm set for 6:30 and then you snooze every 5 minutes between, or you just wake up?
I snoozed once for 10 minutes.
Okay.
But there were also times, and this would never happen, especially in the last few weeks, where you were up early, and because you were up before, I think I would have been like unconscious to the world, and and you maybe like grumbled a little something, but I stayed up, and one morning I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a drawing, and I took that time. I had an extra half an hour, so I sat down and I did something that I loved in the morning. And another thing that I love in the morning is coffee. So I could actually sit down, enjoy my breakfast, drink a full coffee, like have a conversation with you, and I didn't fly out of the house and start my day with this like already chasing my tail momentum.
So already you're already saying basically morning is a super important time, number one, because as you start your day, that is what you set the
tone. Yeah.
You set the tone. So if you start your day on that anxious moment, you know, that anxious kind of vibe, you can carry that through the rest of the day, right?
And I think, you know, I just had this thought now, is there's so much that as a teacher I tell my kids, and then if I reflect on what I do and don't do, like, so for example, like I tell my kids, the way you come into my classroom is setting the tone for our learning together. And when they come in like crazy maniacs, I send them back out and we come in and, you know, we start that routine. We do what we're supposed to do so that our energy already isn't in crazy town. So why wasn't I doing that myself for that time? So I think in general I feel calmer. I feel
more in control.
I feel like things have kind of slowed down a little bit and I'm able, just more in control over how I'm spending my time. And it's amazing how that extra half an hour really adds to your day.
It really does.
Right?
That's why I prefer mornings. Like I'm up from sometimes, I don't know, 4:30 or between 4:30 and 5:30 is when I usually wake up. And I feel like I can get so much more done in that first waking hour before I start to make lunch or whatever. And then fall asleep by 8 o'clock, but I already know that I knocked off X amount of things before even midday, right? You said something earlier. What you said? Oh, she mentioned coffee. She likes to drink coffee, right? And part of this entire thing was just being as holistic as possible. And as a coffee drinker, it means that you need to get coffee usually to take away, right? So that more often than not will come in a plastic cup or whatever. And part of the program, again, her initiative, because I was just a supporting act to this entire drama thing that was going on. Part of her thing was to say no to plastic. So we invested in a Keep Cup. We should actually get the Keep Cup. We invested in this. This is a Keep Cup. You want to tell them about it?
Yep. So basically, very simply, it's a reusable coffee cup. I first saw it on someone who I really admire is Yoga with Adrienne. I follow her on Instagram, and she had this beautiful glass cup. And I was like, oh my God, I really, really want to get this cup. So I was able to find it in Singapore, and it just makes me happy. Every time I get to use it, I'm like, in my Keep Cup. So that's been really great, and I've made a vow to myself is if I'm out and I don't have a reusable cup, then I don't get coffee or drink it in.
Should take a little closer so they can see what it looks like.
And this one's pretty neutral, but you can get it in all sorts of beautiful colors too.
Yep, you got that cork for a nice firm grip, and it's made of glass, right? So it's perfect. Good. It's reusable, and Keep Cup.
Well, Keep Cup then led me on Instagram into finding other companies that were doing things that were helping the environment. Yeah, sustainable. So we found a store in Singapore called The Green Collective, which is just a pop-up store, but they've recently been extended until October, which is great. Hopefully they'll get a permanent place here. But we bought a few things. I really like drinking out of a straw. So,
if you like drinking out of straws, well, this is a metal straw.
Really beautiful.
It's nice. I just put the cup straight to my mouth and get to the point.
We bought some mesh bags.
Yeah, these are really helpful, especially because I usually do the shopping, and the amount of plastic that we use or that we're given. You buy avocados, the avocados are in a plastic container.
Peppers in a plastic container.
Oh my God.
It's very hard in Singapore, from our experience, to find produce that isn't in excessive amounts of
plastic.
Yeah.
So we bought these. These will put my mangoes in, my fruit, everything go into these, and it's a lot bigger than it looks, right? First time we used it, I was like, holy crap, we could keep filling this thing. Like, I feel like I could fit in it if I really tried. Yeah, but no, it's been a good twist.
all of this then turned into me searching for things like conscious ways of living, conscious clothing, and I've stumbled across a few companies that have been really insightful and really inspiring. One of them is Crochet Kids, and I'm wearing a top from Crochet Kids. One thing that's really cool about Crochet Kids, if we can get, there we go, is it is hand signed by the person who made it. So you can look up on the website their profile to see who they are, what their goals are, what their aspirations are, and then you can actually write them a thank you note.
It puts a face basically to who makes your clothes as opposed to just buying
fast fashion.
Yeah.
Right? So it's about slow fashion, it's about supporting people, knowing where your clothes come from, knowing that they're sourced in a responsible and ethical way. So I don't know, for me it's been this amazing holistic change that I never expected, and talking to people about things that I didn't know they were interested in, like Reiki, and finding out about free Reiki courses in Singapore. It was almost like all of these like beautiful gifts were just being
the doors started opening almost. It's like things just started to align.
Yeah, it's like the whole like The Secret, right? Like it really, my energy started attracting the things. Like I won an iPad really shortly after.
Holy crap! Yeah.
We started. And that same day we were just so thankful for this amazing experience to do a free 45-minute yoga.
Free 45-minute yoga.
With this really cool instructor and these wicked drums, and then I won an iPad from that, and I was like, okay. And I think there were ups and downs. There was weeks where I fell off and I ate a lot of sugar and I felt like shit, honestly. Yeah, I documented.
So again, like, she's the mastermind behind this entire journey. I was just a supporting act. So I didn't do much of this, but she's been documenting every single day for the last 8 weeks. Like, I see something here, what? You got like quotes. Stand up for yourself, change our plateau, trust your inner, what? Trust your inner ridge. Number 24. Trust your inner
nudge.
Trust your inner nudge.
You know that little nudge inside of you, that like
intuition?
Yeah.
Gut feeling?
Yeah. But then you can tell the weeks where this is where we started. This space here is very blank, and you could tell I ate sugar, ate candy, and everything started to kind of fall off a little bit. And I didn't feel as connected with myself but I still kept up with like my routines and stuff. But it was just really interesting seeing
the changes
from this to the changes. But
the positivity playlist that we created as well, it's just like different songs that we love, from reggae to all kinds of different genres, but the message at heart was one that was conscious and one that was positive and uplifting. Every morning we've been playing it, and I can tell you, while making lunch, it's lifting my mood, and honestly it sets the tone for the day. I don't know if you listen to it at school or sometimes at school. If you guys want to check out that playlist, I'm going to put a link for it down below in the description. And
challenges, what were we saying? 2 things you learned?
Oh, the reason I wore this shirt is because it represents war, or the military, right? And for me personally, this was a struggle because for us, I should say, weekends are synonymous with relaxing, chilling, drinking some rum and coke, and doing chores or whatever else we need to do, right? So just out of the blue saying we're gonna cut that every single week for the next 10 weeks, that was tough as hell. And
there were moments that we wanted to crack.
Only moments? Oh gosh. I actually went to the store in week 3 and I purchased a rattler. This.
You can see, still sealed.
So I purchased this in week 3 of our no alcohol challenge or whatever. I found every reason to justify why I should have this, because it's only 2% alcohol, number one. Anyways, I didn't drink it. It's still here 7 weeks later. And the reason I wore the shirt, as I said before, is to represent war. Like, it's a war within yourself to say, you know what, I said I'm gonna do this, I made this commitment, and like my man Les Brown said, keep your commitment to your commitments. I keep hearing in the back of my head, like, keep your commitment to your commitment. Like, shit, I actually want to have this so bad right now.
But I think we realized, like, you can find any excuse in the book to be like, oh, well, it's someone's birthday, so I'm going to have a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a staff party, so I'm going to have a drink.
But that didn't happen.
It's like, it was my birthday.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a drink.
In the first week, I think.
In the first 2 weeks, it was my birthday.
And then there was a birthday party that we went to.
Yeah, at the beach. And for me, I was just like, you know what? We just have to commit to this, because if not, we're always going to find a reason not to do it. So yeah, keep your commitments to your commitments. And
there's always a reason to be found. Yep.
And now today, it is now 7:18 at night.
Yep.
On the day that we said we were going to have a drink.
Yep.
And I thought the way it was going to go down, like I imagined it from the early weeks, was like me coming home from school, last day of work, it's summer vacation, and
party on.
As I come in the door, my rum and coke would be in a glass.
Yeah.
And then that's how it would be, and I would just kind of be running for that opportunity.
Yeah.
And
I don't feel it.
I feel powerful though. Like I feel powerful and proud that I have the control to do what I want, and I'm not controlled by.
It's not even being controlled by a substance, but being controlled by a situation, circumstances, situation, and
pressure.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure is a.
Here's what I want to know, and I don't know. Maybe you won't put this in. We can decide.
Yeah.
But it is so interesting to me how people can be proud of what you're doing and be like, oh, that's great that you guys are doing that. But at the same time, there's a kind of an undertone of like, oh man, like you're not gonna have fun if you don't drink, or
who's to say though?
You know what I mean? Like, but I've done this before, and I've felt that same pressure. Like, oh, come on, Kelly, why aren't you gonna drink? You're no fun, or are you having fun?
Yeah.
Are you okay? You're not drinking. Are you having fun? It's like
I have said that to you before.
You have said
we were out, and I think she had maybe like one drink, and I had like 3 or 4, and I was like, babe, you alright? Like, why you not drinking? And
it doesn't mean you're not having fun.
It just felt that way.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm having fun, just because I'm not drinking anything.
Yeah.
And I think over the last year, that's been actually something where I haven't drank as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And I've been learning.
Same here.
Which is, it's weird that as an adult, like I'm learning to have fun without alcohol.
It's an interesting dynamic being sober in a party.
But
what? Dun 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 dun.
We were saying, like, you almost feel as everyone starts to slip down the rabbit hole, and you're still with your like full wit. You almost feel like you're like, wow, I have such a vantage point over what's happening right now.
Yeah, like full control.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually really like that feeling.
There's a power in saying no to, right?
Yeah.
And sticking to it.
Yeah. Like how many people said to me, I don't know if they had this conversation with you, they're like, wow, you guys have like such willpower, you have such discipline, and I'm like, these are good words that
you should want to be.
You should want.
But even not even, but on that same note, would you have been as strong had it just been you?
Yeah.
Because I tell you, there's moments where I was weak and she held me. She had my back. And there's moments where she was cracking. I had the camera on and I was filming her.
But then we said 10 weeks and it's only 2 more weekends. And we're not like jonesing for it. Like normally you would have had half a bottle of wine sitting here today.
Easy. So you should buy it, is what you're saying?
I was strong enough to say, all right, babe, nah, let me not do that. And then like last week we almost cracked again. We was like, well, you know, like
we made it 9 weeks. We know we could do another week.
Easy.
Yeah, but we said no. We gotta stick to today. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you.
Proud of you too. So, accountability. Number one, it's good to do shit like this with a partner or your partner. Well, so you say it's like a major takeaway for you. Keep your commitments to your commitment.
Yeah.
Whatever you commit to.
And for me, like tracking my progress was really amazing because then I could see the like beautiful gifts that were being, and I don't mean physical presents, but like life's universe's gifts.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hokey. But just the things that track it, and you'll like see how much progress you're making, and you'll be like, nah, I wanna finish this. I wanna see it to the end.
Yeah. Any other things? Any other positives that you take away from it?
I think it's changed me moving forward in the way that I'll continue, like, especially food and eating.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel about alcohol.
I honestly think like now like we formed out before in the past we have formed this association with cleaning and drinking, or going to the beach and drinking, or going to the pool and drinking, but now we feel more, what's the word, in charge in a sense to say, all right, cool, because I go to the pool I don't have to have a drink. I can go to the pool and just swim and drink chlorine water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right, yeah, so I feel
I think it's made a positive impact on who I am and kind of helping to shape, because we're all working on who we want to be.
yeah.
So I think it's made a positive impact on my journey as it continues.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think it's time. We've been talking for 27 minutes.
Wow. I feel like I'm like a bad kid at like sneaking into my parents' cabinet.
And now we will have the first drink in 10 weeks.
Oh my god. I feel bad. Why do I feel guilty?
I don't know. You can smell that?
Yeah.
Holy sh! That smells so strong.
We're gonna have one and be.
Make one drink and pass out. That thing smells so strong. Like, woo! True Barbados fashion, rum must go with Coke. Don't judge me. Stop judging. I see you. I'm actually excited for it now.
Really? I still feel like.
I got the guilt, but I'm actually excited
I don't know
for
why
it.
I feel guilty. Like we put our time in.
We put our time. We did the time. All right.
No, I won't
Dum dum.
be afraid.
Da 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 dum dum
Shed a
dum
tear
dum
just as
da da
long.
dum.
And darling, darling,
Drink. Uh-oh.
with me.
Uh-oh.
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 It's that time
Uh-oh.
of the day, year.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
Cheers to life.
Cheers to.
That is strong.
You made yours really strong. How you feel? I can feel it burning my esophagus like when I was a teenager.
It is burning.
Right?
Yeah. I think like one of these, this one drink, it
Yeah,
can be
lick
flat
it.
on my ass. Yeah. If you have ever gone for an extended period of time without having a drink, I'd love to know how it affected you, positives and negatives to it. Did you do it alone? Just drop some comments down below, and maybe
Or any other vices.
there you go. Or any other vices, such as
Cigarettes,
anything.
sugar, coffee.
Yeah. Drop it down below in the comment section, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.
Washing?
Thanks for what?
That rum already.
I think the rum is kicked in. I'm slurring my words already. Holy crap.
Thank you for washing and also watching.